All right, greetings YouTube. This is Beautiful Mind coming at you with another question about math. So this question comes in about polynomial long division. So let's take a look at it. We have this third degree polynomial divided by a binomial, a linear binomial. So this is done the same way as if it was just regular long division with numbers, just with some tweaks done for polynomials. So if we have 9x cubed minus 52x squared minus 39x minus 6 divided by 9x plus 2. So then the first thing we want to do, first we notice that all the exponents, let me see, this is our dividend, this term here, and this is our divisor. So notice that every exponent in the dividend is accounted for. We start with the power of 3, then power of 2 is accounted for, power of 1 is accounted for, and a power of 0 is accounted for. So notice that every exponent is accounted for, starting with whatever the highest is down to 0. Now if we skipped one, say we skipped the squared, we would need a placeholder. So we would say plus 0x squared. We would have to make sure that every exponent is accounted for, but in this fashion, we are good to go. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So the next thing that we want to do, we want to say the first term divided by the first term. So if we say 9x cubed divided by 9x, we get x squared. And we're going to line up the like terms. So we're going to put our x squared right here. So then, along this path, which is next, we want to multiply. So then x squared times 9x ends up being 9x cubed. X squared times 2 is 2x. The next thing we want to do, here, we want to subtract. So in other words, we're going to distribute a negative into this row. So this goes from positive to negative, this goes from positive to negative. Okay, now when we do this, this first one goes to 0, or it cancels essentially. And then negative 52 plus a negative 2 is a negative 54 x squared. Next, this term comes down, which is 39. So we have a negative 39x. So then we say the first term divided by the first term. So negative 54 divided by 9 is a negative 6x. So we'll go. So our answer goes up top. So then we follow the blue path and we multiply. So then negative 6 times 9 is a negative 54x squared. Negative 6 times 2 is a negative 12x. Then we're going to subtract again. On this line, we're going to subtract again. So we distribute our negative. This goes from negative to positive. This goes from negative to positive. Okay. So the first, when we add these two together, negative 54 plus 54 goes to 0. Let's see, if that were, we know the result is going to be negative. 9 minus 2 is a 7. 3 minus 1 is 2. If that were 20, it would be 19 plus 8 is 17. 27, okay. Then next, the negative 6 comes down. And that's going to be x and negative 6. So now again, we say the first term divided by the first term, answer goes up top. So negative 27 divided by 9 is a negative 3. Negative 3, now we follow the blue path. Negative 3 times 9 is a negative 27x. Negative 3 times 2 is a negative 6. Then we subtract again on this line, so we're going to distribute our negative. So this becomes positive and this becomes positive. And we get a remainder of 0. Okay. So it just says to divide. So this should be our result. Okay. To check something like this, you can multiply this answer, which is the quotient. So say this quotient times your divisor, which is the 9x plus 2, and we should get the dividend. Okay? So if you said this times your 9x plus 2, you should get the 9x cubed polynomial. All right? So with that, we'll end the session here. And from one beautiful mind to another, enjoy the rest of your day.